Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. My name is Tanay Tiwari. The last group encounter in this Asia Cup 2022. Pakistan are playing Hong Kong. My name is Tanay Tiwari. With me, Mr. Ajay Jadeja, Mr. Parthiv Patel. Before we show you what's happened in the game so far, I just want to tell you.
I just want to ask, how do you get these numbers always right?
Yeah, you know, let me show you the score first. I'll tell you how.
Sorry.
They've scored 193. At the halfway mark, it did seem like they were a little slow. 193 at the end of 20 overs for Pakistan. Mohammad Rizwan batted the entire innings, 78 not out. Khushdil Shah towards the end, the last over got them big runs. 3 sixes there. Pakistan end with 193 on board. A run extra from my prediction. I said 192 because actually I knew it was going to be 193, but I didn't want to be perfect, you know, right there on the dot. That is why.
No, but how did it, with this course or skill course, where is it?
It's a very long course actually. Massive reading materials. It takes a lot of time, a lot of discipline, okay. and plenty of live shows with Mr. Ajay Jadeja and Parthiv Patel. You do that and then you become an expert in prediction. Oh, which I have become.
Amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. Yesterday you got it right. Today you
with the joy factor, yeah. I'm just killing it.
With and joy factor.
And joy factor numbers.
I mean, these are still okay.
There's a lot to learn from you.
Before this sarcasm starts getting to me, we've got to move on to, of course, Mohammad Rizwan. The one thing that AJ got spot on at the comm box when we were talking at the 10 over mark was the fact that Mohammad Rizwan is going to start and press that accelerator even further, and something that he did.
It's their style of play, and I mean, when we were talking at Combox at the start, when you put that graphic, actually today's innings just been perfect. You know, that graphic that over a period of time, 69% of balls are played by the first three, almost same there. And then what the rest of them do, and today being Hong Kong, so you got a little extra last over bonus that you get. Every time you go to Hong Kong, there's always 50% off. So that last over has almost become like that. You play 19 overs of one kind. Yeah. We saw that the other day with Surya Kumar Yadav, and today we saw that. And then they get to that total. So this is Pakistan's style of play, especially when they're playing against a side that they feel comfortable against. So they take their own time. Their worries have never been this last few overs of striking, or their worries have been at the start. And in fact, even against Hong Kong, these numbers, when you see, you wonder sometimes, you know, what are they up to? 4 runs and over? Is that something, 6 runs and over is something that, you know, they would, you know, they should worry about that. But because they're comfortable doing that, because the kind of players that they have in their side, which allows them to, you know, play like that.
Yeah, so now they lost Babar early, but Rizwan's role from there on became the fact that, and especially because they weren't getting those big runs, so Rizwan's role was to consolidate, but also accelerate towards the end. And he started doing that from those middle over zone.
I think they both openers have a same style to play, and that's exactly how they're going to play. I think both of them will play with a certain strike rate, and one of them gets out, then one player will try and bat till the end, which ideally that's how, you know, the T20 openers should be playing, and that's how they've been playing. And Rizwan and Babar has been doing that for them. And that is the reason why when you're in the pre-show, when you asked the question whether someone else should be opening, but then if you have two solid openers, then if one of them can play till the end, then everyone else can play with a different strike rate. So Fakhar Zaman could play with the strike rate over 140, and so Khushdil batted. I mean, there were only 2 wickets fell, but look at Fakhar Zaman's strike rate also, and Khushdil's strike rate have been almost more than the double.
233.
And the Asif Ali and Iftikhar and all of them, they have not even come to bat. But this is what we'll see from Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam. But yeah, I mean, ideally, if someone has played 57 ball from opening, 78, I mean, you would have liked to see him scoring maybe 10 runs more. But today's wicket was also slightly different. But you know, maybe the way they are playing, I think they are right on the track. That's how they want to play, and they are getting the success as well.
They could have scored 10 extra, but then I would have had to predict 10 extra.
Yeah, so it's all about
then PP would have got it.
Then PP would have got it.
Then I would have got it right.
So actually, he's got it right. They played badly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the point. PPPJ is always right. But the one man who it seemed was promoted, of course, in that batting order was Khushdil Shah. And he came out and targeted that last over really well. But you need such impact hitters. And this was something that we were talking about in the pre-show as well, that the middle order doesn't get that volume of deliveries now because the top order plays so much. But when you've got hitters like them, you don't really need that many deliveries.
Yeah, and I think they are happier having fewer deliveries, you know, because, you know, in that 15 delivery knock that we saw, and he got 33. In 10, he was 11. Of 10 balls, he was batting at 11. So that also tells you why Pakistan plays like this, because they don't want these guys to come in early. If they come in early, then those first 10 balls gets extended for much longer, and that's not their skill. Very similar to what DK does. You know, DK also doesn't like coming forward. You send Akshar, you send everyone else before that, because they enjoy this. So if you have a player like this, then you want to bring him in this situation, and that's why it works out perfectly for them.
Yeah, and he was 11 of 11, and from there on to accelerate the way he did, of course, targeted the bowler, and the bowler was under pressure in that last over. Azaz, I believe, was bowling that over. But still, to put the bowler in that kind of pressure and do that kind of a range hitting is brilliant.
Yeah, it was. I thought the six which he hit straight was probably the most difficult hit to. It was almost a Yorker kind of helicopter kind of a shot which we've seen Dhoni play so many times. But yeah, I mean, that's what the players do nowadays. They know that they have the ability to hit sixes, and especially when you are facing the lesser experienced bowlers in death overs where pressure is very high, so they are bound to make mistakes, and that's what happened. One wide which went for 5 runs. And the last ball also was almost like a full toss on your hip. It's almost a free hit kind of a ball. But yeah, when you come under pressure, then the things look completely different. And these are the same bowlers till when they bowled 17th, 18th over, and they were looking completely different. And once they knew that the Pakistani batsmen are going to attack, and then the pressure takes over. And that's something which Hong Kong will learn from this kind of tournaments, playing against bigger sides, how to handle pressure. Skills, obviously they'll learn, but handling the pressure, that's the biggest thing which they'll take from this competition.
Now Khushdil did a sky, and Hong Kong had a deja vu because India had also scored 192 in that game. And now here, Pakistan has scored 193. So it's a similar sort of a story.
Yeah, I mean, look, Pakistan, India showed us that they're equally good. Pakistan, Hong Kong is what Hong Kong is at the moment. I mean, they've done well. They had pleasure till 19 overs, and then it was pain in that last over, last game and here. So I think as long as they're playing with pleasure and enjoying themselves, and they probably will do much better than what they can under pressure, because rightly said by Parthiv, that it's a different mindset when you're just having fun. And other teams can't afford to do that. I mean, professional teams or teams at the top of the world, they should also have fun, but they can't. I understand that there's a difference. But at least for these guys, it is a lesson to learn as well. For themselves, they've had 2 games. They felt that, when if they go back and, start looking at numbers like a lot of us start doing these days, first 10 overs, what did we do? Did we bowl this bowler, that bowler? Things are right. What they tend to forget is what the opposition was doing at that stage. They were taking, the other day it was KL Rahul who had to get back into form. There were periods like that. So we got to 70, these guys got to 65 because they were approaching it in a different way.
Correct.
The real stuff comes when they are approaching it in a different way. Have you been able to hold back anything? Have you had any control over that game or not? I've got to mention one at least, the off spinner Ehsan Khan. You got to give it to him. First couple of overs in the power play, the man bowled well. Then he came back and then he bowled well again at the death. He's bowled 2 overs at the death. So he is somebody who definitely looks different from all the other guys. Murtaza bowls well. So till the time you weren't getting after Murtaza was fine because he was flighting the ball slow. And the batsman decided we're not going to hit at this stage, so you get away. But if you don't have another skill, then when the batsman changes his mind, then you get called out. So these games, that's why I say this game can't be looked at numbers. You got to come, enjoy. Nice meal, better meal than GK orders every day. Parthiv Patel wins there. You enjoy this game, watch it. Now, I mean, if I have to watch the next half, I mean, I'm not expecting Hong Kong to go get close there. But I'm expecting, what Babar, not this Babar from Hong Kong, he'll show me a couple of shots or not. Will, the quick bowlers, bowl a couple of bouncers or not. So this game has to be enjoyed in many other ways rather than every game being looked at the same way.
PP, another positive for Pakistan is the fact that Fakhar Zaman got time in the middle. And something that he's also needed. He's been having a dry sort of a patch in terms of runs, and here this time will also help him going forward.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to every batsman, when you are spending time, even though it's Hong Kong, but still you're playing a game. There is always, I mean, not fear, but there is always a thing where if you get out, you get out. No matter how many balls you are facing in the nets. But here in the game, even if you get 30, 40, and if you get to spend time, then you go with a completely different mindset. Your legs are moving differently, footwork becomes different, then the mindset becomes different. different. You know that there are runs behind your belt. So obviously it will help, and it has come at the right time for Pakistan as well, because Rizwan's got runs. Babar has not got as many runs as he would have liked, the kind of quality he possesses. So then they needed runs from the main batters. So Rizwan's got runs, Fakhar's got run. Khushdil has got runs, and then if you talk about Iftikhar, he batted well against India the other day. So yeah, but Pakistan is looking a dangerous side. As much as we say that, they are a team which probably would be thinking positive that we know that our bowling sorted, but now we've got batsmen who have spent time in the middle.
Yeah, and those big runs, especially today, for Fakhar Zaman, the time he spent out there in the middle will help Pakistan big time. Now, Hong Kong are out to bat. They need a mountain to climb. They need to climb that mountain, and they need to do that real quickly. Last game, they fell short, I think, by 40 runs against India. They scored 150 odd. Here, can they not? How far can they go? Of course, we'll have a look at their batting lineup. Babar Hayat was very impressive the last time around. They need runs from Nazakat Khan as well up top the order. He's done really well in the qualifiers. They'd want more runs from him. Yasin Murtaza would like to contribute. This is a big stage. All of them would like to make a statement. But the statement has to be made here today as well, gentlemen.
What's the statement to be made?
The statement has to be made. Can you compete against me in the
never, sir, never. So host is the king.
अरे नहीं सर
How can we compete? No. आप बिठाओगे तो हम बैठेंगे.
Yeah, so prediction game. No, let's play a prediction game. Yeah, power play prediction.
एक बात सुनो, एक मैच क्या जीते, इसको पहले 10 ओवर और बाद में क्या होता है?
Confidence और over confidence के बीच में जो line होती है वो मैं कूद गया हूँ.
Pakistan wins.
तो okay. Prediction for power play also. Give me a power play prediction.
What did they score last time?
44 or something. They're a better power play.
They're a better power play.
Less than that.
But still a number, sir. I need a number.
Achha, you want a number?
Yeah,
you want
a numbers guy.
Are you going to go lower than that number or over?
I don't reveal my secrets.
Okay. 42 was last time, so yeah, 39.
39.
3 and 9 is today's Friday, yeah, right.
What calculation you did? 3 and 9 today's Friday.
Today we are very close to 9/11.
Yeah.
But today is 2-2-2-2. अरे 2nd September 2022. तो 2-2-2-2 हो गया.
Okay.
1 tower. पहले एक टावर था, एक रह गया था. तो इसमें उल्टा हुआ, दो टावर.
जी, I get it now.
इसलिए मैंने 39.
Mine is 32. No calculation like him.
No calculation like him. Let me run my calculation.
Okay, how I want to know that.
I said 36.
Oh, wow, 3 and 6. Oh, numbers of the world.
It's fairly easy. I just have to sit in
fairly.
the
3
Nothing like that.
3 very auspicious number into double is 36. Oh, very good one.
Thank you. See, as long as I'm earning these praises, I'm very good. But it's time for us to go now. I'll take all the praises off air now. Thank you, PB Media. Thank you, AJ.
It's a pleasure.
For joining us. Thank you to all of you as well. We'll meet you at the end of 10 overs with Cricbuzz Combox, and then towards the end of the game with Cricbuzz Live. You watching Cricbuzz Live right now? See you super soon.